staring through a broken panel of a hothouse. Once the craggy edges of the broken glass have weathered smooth once more, I'll go inside again, go about stitching the slashed and dewy petals back to their stems. The work, the movement of it, it will be enough. This poem is really about, it has a specific meaning to me, but is really in general about recovery and renewal and rebirth. So what inspired me for this poem was, I had this image in my head of stitching flower petals, like flowers being torn, and then someone going back and stitching the petals back to their stems. And that felt to me like a metaphor for recovery, because it's a very long, tedious, sometimes painful process. And I always really like flower images of flowers and floral stuff. And so I sort of built this whole sort of narrative of this greenhouse, like one of the panels of glass being broken somehow, and all of the shattered glass like raining down and tearing all the flowers apart from their stems and stuff. And this person who tends the greenhouse sort of flees from the place and feels like she can't go back now that it's broken, but then eventually she does find her way back and starts stitching the petals back to their stems. And I think for me, like my own recovery process, it's as much about the process as it is the it's as much about the process as it is the end goal, because obviously the end goal is to get better, whatever that means for me, but also like it's about like the process itself gives me something to work for, gives me something to do. So when I say like the work, the movement of it, it will be enough. So this sometimes just the process of, like I can imagine the process of stitching petals back to their stems as something that it's like repetitive and it's kind of monotonous, but almost in a cathartic way. So yeah, that was kind of what I was thinking about, just about the just sort of like dramatizing the recovery process in this kind of, and making it into something beautiful and getting something beautiful out of such like a hard and painful process. But yeah, so that's what that poem was about.